First tonight, a story about second chances.
And how a woman from Maine has made it her mission to give a former racehorse a fresh start.
Yes, good girl. Yes.
When you think about training a horse, you most likely don't envision walking around in circles.
That's okay. Good job, good girl.
But every week, Megan Martin can be found here at Red Line Farm in Gray, working with her horse Saxy.
Hey, walk on.
Just like this.
She just gets to learn how to be a horse. She's always kind of had a job and a purpose, and it's been to go fast and pull things for people. Good girl. It doesn't look like much. It's a lot of just walking her around and turning with her and getting her to kind of refocus and pay attention and move her body where I would like her to move her body and not just where she would like to move her body.
Saxy was destined for a kill pen in Pennsylvania when Megan came across her photo in a Facebook group earlier this year. As it turns out, the two have a history.
And that number is actually what saved her. I recognized that brand and said, oh, that's one of the babies that I worked with.
Megan was a teenager when she first met Saxy at the barn she worked at. The pair and their training were even in a magazine.
And this is actually a photo of me and Saxy working together when she was a few months old. And this is what I did. I taught them all how to wear the halters and how to lead and how to walk away from their moms, which they didn't like to do.
Eventually, Saxy would be sold and go on to compete on the racetrack, though she never really made a name for herself.
These were her when she was 3 and at the height of her not very prolific racing career.
Like so many others, when Saxy's time was up as a competitor, she was sold to an Amish community in Pennsylvania. Megan believes Saxy was involved in a buggy accident, causing major damage and scarring to her neck, and the decision to have her euthanized.
I've never come across one in this situation. It was always kind of my worst nightmare.
Megan immediately felt compelled to rescue Saxy, and so did her close friend, Kendra.
And I sat for probably 2 days watching the Facebook posts and sharing them and staring at her picture. And I just remember sending her a message that said, I will feed her and I will board her and she can stay here. I will help you pay her vet bills and I will go get her with you. We can't leave her there. She has to come home.
The race to save Saxy was on. Within 48 hours of Kendra's message, Megan had received enough money and supplies to bring Saxy back to Maine.
People donated blankets, people donated brushes, people donated boots for her feet before we had shoes on her to keep her more comfortable. People were so incredibly generous with their energy, with their money, with their things.
When the two finally got to Pennsylvania, they say it didn't take long for the horse to recognize her former handler.
When we got to the farm and we pulled in and I was like, she's in there. And we jumped out and ran in. And Meg walked up to her and she literally just sniffed her and wrapped her head around her. And I was like, yep, I started to cry. It was a pretty cool moment.
I don't know if she remembered me or not. My gut says there was something familiar there for her and that she recognized me in some way.
Saxy was loaded into the truck and brought back home to Maine. Then the focus shifted to Saxy's hooves.
They were in a little bit of a rough condition. She had some road founder, some thin soles. It's painful to walk on. You know, it's like having, no skin on the bottom of your feet and then walking across hot tar.
After 15 years apart, Megan and Saxy are now inseparable.
She's so resilient and she's so trusting, and it's been incredible to see her be safe and be okay, despite what she's been through. She's really not afraid of people.
Once she gets the training she needs, the goal is for Saxy to help others by becoming a therapy horse.
I have a really small little equine-assisted psychotherapy practice, and I work with people with PTSD and trauma, and I think that a lot of people would really relate to her story, would really relate to the people who were supposed to keep you safe didn't, and the people who were supposed to take care of you let you down. She's not ready to be in the program yet, but someday if she's ready, she'll tell us. And if that's what she wants to do, then that's what she's gonna get to do. Otherwise, she'll just get to be happy and safe and healthy.
Despite the hardships she's faced, Saxy is having no trouble fitting in at her new home. A reality that never would have been possible without lots of love and a little bit of luck.
Good girl. She's my horse legally, yes, sure. And she'll be legally in my name for the rest of her life. But I didn't do this. This was her whole community who brought her home. I just got to be the person who was lucky enough to make it happen.
So Megan sent me this photo of Saxy playing out in the snow a couple weeks ago that I just had to share because she's gorgeous. And we might be ready for spring, but obviously Saxy's holding on to winter. And just another little fun fact. So in addition to Saxy, Megan has 2 other horses. One of them just happens to be Saxy's half sister. So she's hoping to reintroduce the two at some point. And if you at home, if you're just as captivated as we were by her story, you can follow her journey to becoming a therapy horse on TikTok. So many good things about this story.
Yeah, there's a lot of heartwarming reunions going on there.
Yeah.
Much deserved.